But as they project that you're gonna get a lot more taxes as you have all the new development, the stores, the whatever. And so the city, gets bonds to pay for the development. And the increased taxes that you would go to pay for the schools and other city services is used to pay off the bond. So you're subsidizing the development. You're subsidizing development. Sometimes even the increase in sales tax are used to subsidize the development. So it's not a separate program, it's all the same program. It's just two streams. If you were raising $1,000 in taxes for this area before, and now you're raising $10,000, only the original $1,000 is going towards city services, and that additional $9,000 is going to pay off the subsidy, the bonds that the city gave you for the building and the increases in the land, whatever.
But it's based on projection.
And, now, TIFs used to be for blighted areas, even in the states where TIFs were said to work really well. Now they've relaxed the standards, like Will Merrifield said, that even places that don't even need it, the city is throwing money at. But we know the mayors, she just introduced these to the TIFs in the beginning of October. And I think something that the council member raised, we need to have something in the legislation that says, let's look at the entire history of this project and really set standards for the TIFs so that people won't think that, oh yeah, everybody's fine with it, because brushing it through, and that's what she did, because here we are in December and she was just introduced like the second day of October or something.
Okay, so to that point, I'm gonna ask that we cut off the questions and listen to a draft resolution that we can make on this issue. Are you okay with that? Only because it's almost 3 o'clock and we're trying to keep going. I mean, if there's a urgent question, Shabazz is giving me the eyes, so. Okay, Shabazz, go ahead and ask your question.
No.
Let's go.
In the interest of time, go ahead.
Okay, so Chris has tried to draft a resolution that we can maybe approve today.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so we heard about the two TIFs today. Brooklyn Manor, thanks for being here, everybody. And explaining that. And of course, Trayon White explained the Reunion Square TIF. I had personal experience with the Adams Morgan Hotel TIF, which was a $46 million giveaway for a luxury hotel. So given what we heard today, I just drafted, based on a conversation with Pariso, should we resolve as a coalition a position on TIFs? Sound good? So how does this sound? We resolve that TIFs are a public entitlement that has a track record of being abused and used to serve corporate-driven development unjustly. So we oppose TIFs that put speculator greed above human needs. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
We oppose any TIFs that support luxury developments that increase displacement pressures and gentrification. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
And that we believe if a TIF is absolutely necessary and proven as such in writing, then the funding must be used to build, family-sized housing that's truly affordable. Small business incubator space local to the community. Local equity co-ops, grocery stores, clinics, social needs. We could just lump that all in human social needs. That if TIFs have to be used and proven as such, then the funding be used to fund social needs. How does that sound?
Must be proven as such.
Must be proven as such?
I'm confused about that last
Yeah.
word. When you're saying, if the city could prove that a developer needs a TIF,
Yep.
then the developer has to fund all these projects? I'm confused.
It can only be used for that part of the project, is that what we're saying?
That's what we're saying.
Because in this case,
For our human needs, for our social needs.
so if we were saying that in this case for Reunion Square, they were, or even Brooklyn Manor, they were asking for the money in order to replace the 535, make sure that was, and they could show that they actually needed the money to do that, right? They could show that the other density that they were getting couldn't have financed that itself. then would we support the TIF? Is that the idea? That we would support it if it was for the purpose of rebuilding those 535 family-size affordable units?
Who are we trying to get, with this resolution, are we gonna shop it to the different ANCs and around the city, or try to get people to agree to it?
Well, we would put it out as
If
something.
we are, I think we should give a basic explanation of that. The TIF is basically the taxpayer funding the development, and that's
Yes.
why they should
That
get
would be a
some
preface.
return.
Yep.
Wait, I saw Caitlin, do you have a concern about?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, in the interest of time, because there's a million hands that shut up, and
Yeah.
I also don't think everyone fully understands what a TIF is still. Can we write that down on a big butcher block paper, keep going with the meeting, and if people want to throughout, you can go over, write down some questions you have, put any edits or thoughts that you have on that, and that way we can keep, because we're just already behind, so can we just keep moving, but have that, I like the idea of a
Yeah.
resolution, but I just am afraid that we're trying to push it too quick without people
Yeah.
fully understanding it.
Okay, is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
That there's still a bunch of hands? Okay, I'm gonna ask William, since he's waving, he's saying, I really have to say this, go
Well,
ahead.
because I would prefer that the resolution today is specific to Brooklyn Manor and Reunion Square versus the policy. Your resolution was more policy oriented, and I think we need to flesh that out a little better.
Okay.
But that we should be very specific and focus these two.
Okay, that could help us.
So,
Okay, so, why are all the hands are about what? I mean.
I just had one quick comment, please.
Okay,
I think,
alright, hold on a second. Robert, quick comment?
Yeah, so I'm just hoping that, anything that we do is based on the comprehensive plan. When you put together that resolution, that you're pulling your talking points from that plan. Because, we're here really about grassroots plan and the comprehensive plan, so I think.
Actually, to
we need-
that point, Robert,
Yeah.
number 5 in our resolution, right? Talks about land value recapture. So when we're giving entitlements to
Yeah.
subsidized development, what are we getting in return and having an actual honest evaluation of that, right? That's point 5 in our resolution, land value recapture. So it's any entitlement, including TIFs.
Okay,
In
I'm sorry.
compliance with the comprehensive plan in which you wrote.
We want this in the comp plan. That
No,
we-
what you just read to us. Let them know that you are, that what the document is in compliance with the comprehensive plan.
That's all the point.
So, I'm sorry, Ms. Elliott has one last comment, and we're gonna thank them for their presentation. Go ahead, Ms. Elliott.
For all of you all, I want you to meet some of our neighbors and that have supported us in the surrounding areas with the houses and everything else. So what we are having is Brooklyn Manor Ward 5 tenant holiday party, December the 13th. And we want to invite all of you all out. You can go on the,
Yeah, it's at the Pink House, which is 1241 Ebard Street Northeast. It's right by the property. And it starts at 6 o'clock, Thursday, December 13th. So we would love to have you guys out if you want to learn more about Brooklyn Manor,
And
our
the
fight,
people.
and meet more tenants.
Okay, so round of applause for the Brooklyn Manor and Crayon White also.